Welcome to omnichordheaven.com. Today we're going to be looking at chord buttons. So this is what you'll find in your Omnichord. Two sets of rubber contacts that interlock, something like that. What usually happens with age is they become either difficult to play or you have to press them really hard to get them to sound. And that can be one of two reasons. It can be because the rubber starts to get a little bit brittle, but most common is for these black conductive dots to wear out. What normally happens is you press down on a chord button, the little conductive dot in turn presses down onto the circuit board underneath, closes the contact, and you hear a wonderful chord sound. This one actually, you can see someone's had a go at repairing this and they put some conductive paint on there, which sometimes works in the short term, but it tends to come off fairly easily. So the other option is to replace them. Now fortunately we do have some in stock. We have plenty of this type of chord button, and we recently discovered in the archives a fair number of this type as well, these grey buttons. So we do actually have enough to make a set, but they're cream and grey. So what we're going to do is have a look at this set and modify it to look something like that. So we end up with two sets of this, one set modified. So the first thing to do is let's have a look at the differences of the two. You'll notice that you've got 4 extra chord buttons, and we need to remove those. You can use a pair of scissors, you can use a scalpel. I'm going to use the scalpel because you've got a little bit more control. So let's have a look at closely at this. Now you notice there's some little dots here, and you'll see them there as well, so we can use those as a guide. So we've got to cut just above there, and we find those on there. So let's start just here, along there, and up there, and around this dot, this little piece just there, so it doesn't get in the way. You don't need to be too exact. As long as there's some rubber left around the outside to stop it falling through the plastic, it's fine. So it doesn't need to be pretty. So let's do the same with this one just here. And finally, this one just here. Right, so that's the easy bit. You can see now they're almost the same. What we need to look at now are these holes. Now you need to make these holes because there's little plastic locators on the inside of the case that the chord buttons sit on. And there's two ways to do that. We can either cut around there, just like the way I'm going to use now, but if you've got a small piece of copper pipe, maybe some copper brake pipe from a car, if you sharpen the end up, you can actually just punch the holes. It's about the right diameter. But for this video, I'm just going to cut the holes out as near as I can. Again, you don't have to be too exact. It doesn't matter if they're a little bit too big. The chances are that you're going to cut it a bit too small, and you're going to have to keep going back and modifying the hole until it's about the right size. Incidentally, if you're using a scalpel, do mind your fingers, and also mind you don't nick the good chord buttons. Yeah, it's almost there, but I can tell you now, when I put that in the Omnichord case, it's going to catch on this edge. Let's do the other one as well. I'm not going to worry too much for the video. but you get the idea. So what I would do now is put that in my Omnichord, see how it fits, and then come back and have another trim. Probably going to need to trim a piece there and there. You may also need to trim away these sections just here. You've got one there, two there. Let's just trim that back a little bit more there. Again, we can use the dots as a whole. You've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we need to remove some of this. And there's a dot there, one there, and then we need to take that one out just there. And then finally this one just here, there's no guide dot, but it's right in the middle of this chord button. Alright, so essentially that's it. As I say, you will need to keep trying it in your Omnichord just to make sure it fits, and keep trimming these holes as necessary. But you can see now, if I just put that one there and that one there, that's going to give you a full set of chord buttons. The only thing is, it's a little bit annoying, but there's not much you can do about that. You'll notice that there's these symbols on the chord buttons. You might not see those in the video. They're for the sequencer on selected models. Originally they would have been different symbols if you've got them. So on the grey one here you can see you've got arrows there, there's a cross there. And on ones without a sequencer, there's nothing at all. But I think that's a small price to pay for a fully working set of brand new chord buttons for your Omnichord. So thank you for watching. Have a look at the website omnichordheaven.com. Also have a look at our Facebook page, links underneath the video.